transversals. So I'm going to keep it pretty short and sweet here. There is some vocab that goes along with this. I'm going to try my best to brush up on it for you and help you out with some of these vocab words. So this first one is asking about angle KLJ. Does everybody see this angle KLJ? Do you remember how to read this from geometry, that the middle letter is always the angle? So like if Michael tells me he's looking at angle KLJ, but then Hector says he's looking at JLK, they're looking at the same thing because they have the same middle letter. So that's the key thing we're looking at this, whatever that middle letter is here. See the middle letter L? So that's why I put that angle thing there. Okay? Now this one is not 90 degree, right? Because this is, it says that's 123.6. But let me show you this. It's asking about MLO, right? So MLO, notice what's the middle letter there? But that's just on this side. Does anyone, this would be impressive if you remember this from geometry. Do you remember what this is called when you're looking at angles like this on a transversal? I'll be very impressed. No, it starts with a V. Close. They're called vertical angles. All right? They're called vertical angles. And whenever you're looking at vertical angles, that means they are going to be congruent. Almost. Do you remember what congruent means?
The same.
The same, right? So in this case, when it's talking about angle KLJ, that's the congruent symbol for angle MLO. So what is the angle measure for MLO? No, what was the angle measure for KLJ? It was, see how it was 123.6? It is also going to be 123.6. Okay? So in this case, if you know the vertical angle theorem, then you know that they are going to be the same. Now let me say a couple other things about this problem, even though it doesn't ask for it. Do you guys remember what corresponding angles are? Let me try to highlight this. So do you see, remember how we just did that angle?
They're next to each other.
Close. We're going to talk about next to in a moment. Do you see this angle down here?
They're opposite of each other.
They're actually, right, they're just on the other parallel line. Do you see, Ajoma, how it's on the other parallel line? But it's kind of in the same spot. So corresponding just means like it's kind of the same spot here. So it's the same spot, just on the other part of the transversal. So do you see the ones I highlighted? Those would also be the same. Okay, and then using the vertical angle theorem, do you see how that one would also be the same? So there's 4 that are the same. And likewise, if I change colors, do you see all of these in turquoise? Do you see how those are the same as well? Now here's the last thing I'll say before we do the next problem, because we're going to need this for the next problem. Do you see this angle here in turquoise? Right, see how it's next to that angle L? All right, these angles are called supplementary. Do you remember that word, supplementary? Supplementary just means that they add up to 180 degrees. All right, so this angle 123.6 plus this angle here in turquoise would equal 180 degrees. All right, or equal the degrees for a line. I think Natalia's going to go first, and then you. Do you have a question? Yeah, oh, I love it. Sorry, Luke.
Would you have to find what turquoise is?
No, so with mine, I'm just like with this IXL and my stuff, it's just going to ask you for one thing. I'm just kind of do a quick kind of recap because some of this stuff you may have forgotten from your days in geometry. All right, because it's been a long time since you guys took geometry. Okay, let's do one more. All right, and then I'll let you guys start practicing. Again, I think you can get to 100, right? I know Layla and Ajoma are going to be battling here soon. Okay, so we have measure of angle EFC, right? So wrong way. C is 49.3 degrees. All right, so EFC, good morning. EFC is 49.3 degrees. And it's asking for GFC. So it's asking for angle GFC. Good morning. All right. Now, do you see how what I mentioned on that last one here, if I'm looking for this angle and they give me this angle, these are called supplementary. These are called supplementary angles. So to find out this missing angle, right, I know that these two angles, if they're supplementary, have to add together to give you 180 degrees. So I'm just going to do subtraction to find this one, okay? So to find, so I'm going to just put that word so you see it, supplementary angles. That means they add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to do angle EFC plus angle GFC equals 180 degrees. They gave me EFC, which is 49.3. So can I find that question mark? Yes? Or I can subtract to find it. Sorry. It's actually supposed to be an angle symbol. That symbol just means angle. Looks like this. I try my best. It kind of looks like, see it down here on the problem. So it kind of looks like an angle, but it's supposed to be like an angle. So if you take your calculator and do 180 minus 49.3. Did you already get a Minerva? Look at that. 130.7 is correct. And that's how you find angle GFC. So girls who just walked in, we're just doing kind of a quick recap of stuff you guys did in geometry about transversals. So if you want to, like the first couple of questions with Excel, I can be right here and help you with that. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to scroll.